Look at it. She bought that. Period.
What's the craziest conspiracy theory you think about, but you wouldn't tell nobody?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You got one tapped in? Craziest conspiracy theory. Pizzagate. They all did that shit. They got the island. Yeah, Bill Gates. Goddamn the first lady. Goddamn the Trump. Yeah, all of them. They tapped in.
Hey, Mike, what's your worst breakup story?
My worst breakup story? I caught him in bed cheating. I whooped that.
Oh man. That's sad.
Hey.
All right, next question. What's heavier, a pound of pillows or a pound of pennies?
A pound of pennies.
Pound of pennies. This is the last one.
He can't even say it. He's gonna dial.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for being with me tonight. It is a late night, and if you see the title, it says Black Women Sexualize Their Kids. Before we get started, y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure y'all share the video. The reason we are talking about this sexualizing of kids because it seems to be very, very popular right now, especially with transing the kids, right? So the reason I want to talk about this, I don't know if y'all watch Cam Newton's Funky Friday podcast, but there's I guess she's a fairly popular YouTuber by the name of Melanie King. And Melanie King was talking about how she could not date a man with a small penis because she was scared that she might give her her son. She was scared that she might give her son the small penis. Now, before we get started and watch this video, I want to tell y'all, I don't want to talk about any other race of people because I am Black, right? I exclusively date Black women, and I have been to our cookouts and our barbecues and what we go through as Black people. So this is a situation that needs to be addressed. We don't address this situation about how Black women sexualize their children, make their boys their son husbands, make them be the quote unquote man of the house. How I could give y'all a story right now. So my wife is an educator, right? And for some reason, she had a woman come up there and tell her and the principal that her and her 16-year-old son was still sleeping in the same bed. That's weird, right? And the reason that's weird, if you are a man, you're going to understand what I'm saying. At 16 years old, you wake up with a hard dick every day. Every day you wake up with a hard dick and you want to be laying in the bed with your mama, you're going to roll over on your mama with that hard dick. No. Every time the wind blow, every time you see a girl in tight pants, you can't even control it because your hormones are raising. For a woman to go and tell her sons, teachers, and principals that they still sleep in the same bed is weird, to say the least. If you're watching, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Share the video as well. But back to what I was saying, we have this fantasy that men have this fantasy of, it's a badge of honor, damn near rites of passage, if you are a young boy and you sleep with an older woman. I don't even know why we're doing this. I don't know why it's congratulated. I don't know why men get high fives or kudos or pats on the back or pats on the ass as if you're playing sports, because we know women to men is like playing sports. This is weird to say the least, but we do it in our community. Like I said, I haven't been invited to a barbecue or a cookout with white people, so I don't know what goes on over there. I don't want to talk about what white women do or what white men do because I'm not invited over there. Nobody's ever sent me an invitation, a postcard, a signal in the air, or anything like that. This is strictly about my community and my community only. And I want to help my community. When other people and other races see degeneracy in other races, you know what they do? They don't even talk about it. And so a lot of stuff that we're doing in our community, people don't even try to help us or correct us and say, hey, this is not how this is supposed to be. So we're going to get into this video. Melanie King. Let's talk about her. Let's play this video. Let me show y'all. Share video. Let me share the video so y'all can watch what she says. So y'all won't think I'm tripping. And in the comment section after y'all watch this video, tell me what y'all think about what she said. Is it appropriate? Is it weird? Here we go.
Could you take a man serious who had plastic surgery done?
That's spicy.
It depends on what it is.
No. You know what it is.
Like his situation.
It's below the belly button.
Oh, if he had a implant. No, I'm saying we're talking medical. This is scientific language. So I'm only
man,
using.
Keep me in pre-K. Keep me in.
Okay.
Come on now, you trying to go like
He went from
Dr. Scholl's,
He went from
Dr.
Elmo
Phil,
to
Dr.
Big
Pepper.
Bird. He went from Elmo to Big Bird.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he's Big Bird. How would I know?
But he admitted. The Carfax don't match.
But like okay. Wait.
Hey, he got a red Corvette, but
Okay.
his door is black.
Oh, good. Okay.
Could you take him serious?
Okay. If
She don't care.
if it's doing what it needs to do, like what do I care?
I respect it.
I don't know his situation. Like if it's doing what it needs to do, and I know the Carfax, like that's like if it's doing what it need to do.
Talk to me. I don't.
Yeah, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. I need that natural energy.
You need natural energy.
Yeah.
So how? No, explain. But going to depth. What you?
Because a man that is doing good down there has a different energy than a man that's not. I need that natural doing good down there energy.
And I would have to agree. If you are a man that's well endowed and have a good member down there, you do walk with a certain swag and give a certain aura, and you walk in a room and command a room. I will agree with that. So I understand exactly what she's saying.
I'm trying to be censored.
That's cool. But let's say, baby, look, I got 2 inches of straight venom.
Okay, nah.
Oh no.
Nah, that's a
hold on. You said hold on.
Now make sure you like the video. When y'all watch it.
Look,
Like the video.
Listen, even though let's keep it a big buck.
The cat.
Everybody don't got a hammer.
Who has
But they
2
got a
inches?
wrench.
Who
But they
got
got a
2
wrench.
inches?
Man, look,
Okay,
bro.
you're talking about so he was 2 inches and now he's up to 6?
Yes. Six.
That's still crazy.
Now that's different. That's
And it's crazy that Melanie King is talking about plastic surgery, and Melanie King has plastic surgery, right? And she actually, if she get anything else done to her, she's gonna have the Michael Jackson nose. And she has a lot of makeup. Every time you see her, she got a lot of makeup. So niggas say she's attractive, but like I said, she's a person that's did up fully.
different. Actually, no, I couldn't. I can't do it. Like if I because then if I have a son, I'm not gonna do my son like that.
What?
Like
what's your son?
I'm saying if we
genetically,
it's
something.
No.
Keep away from your.
No. I'm saying I don't want my son having angry inch.
Now y'all look at 6, the goddess's face when what she's about to say. Look at 6, the goddess, because she knows right now what she's saying is, I guess I can say it on here, pedophilic. What she's saying is pedophilic, and I'm gonna play it.
To work with when he get out in these streets. I'm not gonna do my son like this. I'm gonna give him a head start. And I know that he only had an inch. Can he feel anything past the 2 inches at the top? Like there's a lot of medical information.
Why are you worried about your son's penis at this point when you're talking about a man that you would date and how you would feel about dating him if he had plastic surgery to enhance his penis? But now you're talking about your son and why you can't date because you might give your son that same penis and you're worried about your son's sex life. That's weird.
I need.
Can we keep the cap to a minimum, please? Because the realization of this is the unfairness of males appreciating or accepting a woman for a BBL, for breast implants, to a minimum, please.
Start.
Genetically.
Let's listen to it again.
That's still crazy.
Now that's different. That's different. Actually, no, I couldn't. I can't do it. Like if I because then if I have a son, I'm not gonna do my son like that.
What?
Like,
What's your son?
I'm
got to
saying
do
if
with
we
saying your
if
daddy?
And did y'all hear Cam Newton? He said, "What does your son have to do with this?" The thing I would have said is, why in this moment, talking about a man that you're going to potentially date, you're talking about your son's penis. Now, the thing is, Cam Newton works with young boys at football camps and things like this. So he should be a very, very strong male advocate. And I'm sure Cam Newton knows and been in locker rooms and talked to young men who have been molested by women. Y'all got to think about this. How many times have y'all seen a woman dress her son up in an outfit that a grown ass man would be wearing? Do-rags. He'll have watches on and chains on. And like, she don't shop at Oshkosh because she go online. She go online and find stores that can replicate grown men clothing for children.
You
But
just
genetically,
saying, there's some things you keep
no.
away from your.
No, I'm saying I don't want my son having angry inch to work.
And Six the Goddess's face is perfect because she's saying something that is outlandish. And if you were a man, let's say you were a man, just think about this. If you were a man and you say, I can't date this woman because she got whack ass pussy. Let's say she got dry coochie. Let's say her coochie dry. You come up and you say, I can't date her because her coochie dry. People will look at you and say, what? Well, I can't date her because her coochie dry, and I don't want my daughter to have a dry coochie too. What? Are you serious right now? Like, a man, the stuff that women say, men could never get away with. I can't date her because her coochie hole too big. What? What if you said, well, I like women with big butts and she got a flat ass, and I know how I'm attracted to it, so I want my daughter to have that, that extra back there, so other men could be attracted to her, so it'll help her out in the dating market. Like, these are things that she is saying that is so weird, and the sexualization of boys is so easy to do. Just think about what she's saying right now and how all of the men are just okay with what she's saying. And the only woman or the only person that seems like they have sense is Six the Goddess, because she's not even saying nothing. Not saying a thing about this certain situation. This is weird.
Work with when he get out in these streets. I'm not gonna do my son like this. I want to give him a head start. And I know that he only had an inch. Can he feel anything past the 2 inches at the top? Like there's a lot of medical information I need.
Can we keep?
So Jazz, I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna just run it back. And you watch it real quick. And so basically, Cam Newton asked Six the Goddess and Melanie King, is it okay to date a man who has plastic surgery, basically penis enhancement? And Melanie King said she couldn't date a man like that because she didn't want to give her son a small penis. But I just saw back where they talking about it. Hold on.
Son like that.
Let's keep it a big buck.
The cat.
Everybody don't got a hammer.
Who has
But they
2
got a
inches?
wrench.
Who
But they
got
got a
2
wrench.
inches?
Man, look,
Okay,
bro.
you're talking about, so he was 2 inches and now he's up to 6?
Yes. Six.
That's still crazy.
Now that's different. That's different. Actually, no, I couldn't. I can't do it. Like if I because then if I have a son, I'm not gonna do my son like that.
What?
Like,
What's your son?
I'm
got to
saying
do
if
with
we,
saying
if
genetics?
there's
You just
genetically,
there's some things
no,
you keep away from your.
No, I'm saying I don't want my son having
And see, Cam Newton was a perfect opportunity to check her on what she's saying. In this day and time, kids are so overly sexualized, it's ridiculous. I seen a report that said now that they're saying that 75% of girls, black women, are molested. 75. I was having some conversations with my neighbors. It was 5 of us over there. Do you know I was the only male in that group that said that he's never been touched by a woman that that a woman or a man that's older than him, two of them had babysitter stories. They're 9 years old and their babysitter's 21, and their babysitter coming in, suck their dick. Another one that had a friend, the mother's friend was supposed to be babysitting him, and she made him eat her coochie. This is what is going on. And all of the men, when they were talking about it, never said anything in the matter of, oh my God, I was molested. It was all, yeah, nigga, I tore that pussy up. Nigga, you 9 years old. Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you not know that you were molested, sexually assaulted? But like I said, in our community, boys are left out to dry. This was a conversation I had 3 months ago. And I'm looking like, oh my God, I didn't know it was this crazy. And now it explains why so many of these boys are sexually driven the way they are. Because we know sex at an early age fucks with the brain for men and women, or boys and girls. Hell, we know 30-year-old motherfuckers. We know 30-year-old people that don't need to be having sex. We know 30-year-old people who still do not need to be having sex. They still don't even understand the concept of how they even got pregnant. They know they had sex, but they don't even know how the intricacies of getting pregnant work. This is the reality that we are living in right now. And Six to God's Face is a perfect example of how I felt when I heard this. And I'm like, what the fuck? A man could never say, I can't date this woman because her coochie dry, and I don't want to genetically hand down dry coochie through my lineages to my daughters.
Angry inch to work with when he get out in these streets.
Angry inch.
I'm not gonna do my son like this. I'm gonna give him a head start. And I know that he only had an inch. Can he feel anything past the 2 inches at the top? Like there's a lot of medical information I need.
Can we keep the cap to a minimum, please? Because the realization of this is
can do more, or you be comfortable as a man, or if your homeboy had it done, would you be like, oh yeah, like that's cool?
Wait, she asking me. She not asking me. She went straight to you.
She said an angry inch, and you went to a furious
superior man,
superior 10.
And do y'all notice Six to God still haven't said anything after this? Do y'all know I had a conversation on Facebook? It was about Melanie breaking my heart. I had a conversation with on Facebook, and it was about circumcision. And I was saying that circumcision is religion based. Typically, only 30% of the world is circumcised. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that, but typically only 30% of the world is circumcised, right? And my thing for circumcision is so much studies, so many studies coming out about circumcision that best practice is just not to do it. You got guys getting dismembered. That's not talked about a lot, because who's going to go around and say, yeah, my son got a penis he can't use anymore. My son, they cut my son so messed up, so bad that he's technically a female now. He has had a transgender surgery by accident. Nobody's gonna say that. Or let's talk about how the doctor says sometimes we don't circumcise children to the right way because we don't know how the penis will grow when they hit puberty. So sometimes it's painful when some men get erections because we cut off too much foreskin on their penis. This is what's going on. And all the women that were coming in my comment section talking about circumcision, the number one reason for getting their sons circumcised was because they did not like or want a circumcised penis to enter their body. People always try to act like if you do research, and most of these women have not done research on uncircumcised penises to circumcised penises. They just take a talking point and run with it. And we know a lot of these women, especially black women, parrot what they hear. It is a very, very, very small percentage of increase anything when it comes to a penis being uncircumcised. And to be honest with you, the same thing that can happen to a penis can happen to a woman. It's called shisha. It's like a white mucus type forming bacteria inside of the skin can form on a woman too if she has extra skin down there, or a long labia, or that roast beef, or some long beef curtains. Like, that can happen to a woman too if she doesn't go and get clipped as well. They don't say that. They just tell y'all it's the man. Oh, and then I see all the time on social media, oh, the reason your pH out because he probably sleep with other women. No, your pH might be out because, you know, them beef curtains is dragging is dragging along that thong and rubbing, and now you got sweat and other bacteria inside of you, and that might be why your pH off. It always got to be the man. And if you think that you're with a man that can throw your pH balance off, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? Like I said, women, especially in our community, they always talking about sex. They're always talking about they coochie pink and they booty hole brown. You got Suki Hunter out here talking about how she's eating niggas' asses. You got Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B talking about how they got some wet ass pussy. Think about this, if there wasn't a consumer for that type of music, do you think that music would be popular? If there wasn't a consumer for the degenerate music that we listen to, would there be a consumer? Y'all make sure y'all like the video if you're watching. And who do you see parroting these songs? I see on my timeline all the time lately. I like Sexy Red album. So I went and listened to it. It's nothing but degenerate whore culture. And while we're talking about whore culture, they said you could judge a race of people by how they women act. Do y'all know that in paternity court, black women are the number one people in paternity court? Do y'all know that black women are the number one people that commit paternity fraud as well? Black women. It would be safe to say, if you have those type of numbers, that black women cheat the most too. We know they lie. We know they pull fake kidnappers and shit like that. We know this. But we steadily are trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. And it's getting to the point where it's so much in our faces on social media that men now need to be held accountable, because typical mating strategy says, as a man, when I approach a woman, that's me extending my dick to you. If I see you at the store, if I'm in high school, see you at the school, if I see you on social media, if I see you at church events, if I approach you to take you on a date, that is me extending my dick to you. Like, here's my penis. I've already consented, because that's the only thing I know about you. It only takes one person to get pregnant, and that comes from consent from a woman. That's why they have a law against rape. Consent from a woman to be penetrated. And we all know women pick and choose when they want to be responsible for their vagina, for their cootie pop. Sometimes they say, yeah, I can do what I want to. I can abort the baby, I can keep the baby. And what's messed up about that is you can kill a baby, but as a man, I can't abandon the baby. Just think about this. Women will look down and call men deadbeat dads, but we can't call women murderers for killing kids. Oh, it's just a fetus. Like, if we're going to just play semantics with words, that's a stage of life. Just like child, baby, toddler, adult, preteen, teenager, elder. If you're going to say fetus, that's just a stage of life. They're just saying where it is in its process of life. It's just a fetus. Oh, it's just an embryo. But if you didn't have an abortion, would it still be alive? If you didn't have an abortion, would it still be alive? Like if it's not alive, you don't have to do anything to intervene on the process of it growing. You shouldn't have to do that at all if it's not alive. Because if we wait 9 months, hell, we ain't gotta wait that long. 7 months, the baby could be here and viable, because that's y'all thing now is viability. Like I said, sexualization of children is scary, especially little boys, because that's something that we don't want to talk about. And they have movies about it. One of the most popular movies in my community, the Black community, is Antoine Fisher. We always talk about Antoine Fisher. We always talk about Antoine Fisher. This is a sad reality, and it really breaks my heart and is baffling and strange to me that it's so many people who go through this. And we always talk about women, but we never talk about the boys, because the boys, like I said, is a rites of passage to do so. Women sexualize everything. Just think about your Halloween. Look at this. Hold on. As a matter of fact, just think about Halloween and how women sexualize Halloween. One of the most outfits I see during Halloween that gets sexualized is Velma. It's Velma, this one right here. That outfit is sexualized so much. Even outside of Halloween, I still see women prancing around on TikTok with the bottom of their cheeks hanging out of this skirt. This is what women are doing. They take stuff that were meant for children and they sexualize it. Catwoman, you got your She-Hulks. You have a whole bunch of these cartoons that were meant for kids and meant to be innocent and pure in nature, that women walk around with their titties out and see-through thongs so you can see their cootie pop and walk around and go trick-or-treating like they fucking kids. Shahrazad Ali said, every Black woman that you meet, you got to talk to her like she a 14-year-old child. And I would have to agree. Hell, 12-year-old child. 12. And like I said, as a man, as a big man advocate, I don't think this type of topic is funny on either side for Black young girls or Black men. But it has to be a voice for the Black men to speak up and to say something about what's going on when it comes to the molestation and the sexual assault of young boys. We got to change the narrative, and we have to change the minds of these young boys to say that it's not cool to go and fuck your teacher. Do y'all know there's a lot of teachers out here having sex with students? A lot of teachers are having sex with students, but the women get away with it a lot more because a lot of the boys ain't going to say anything about it. And then they hoard up social media so bad. This is the famous pose on social media right here. Famous. I see this fucking pose so much on social media. And then women will have the nerve to be upset at a man for sliding in her inbox and call herself exposing this man for jumping in her inbox. She will be upset because a man jumps in her inbox to say something to her when she's advertising her ass like this. Look at this picture. Oh, y'all thought it was a game. Don't this pose looks weird? Don't it look weird? Like you got your arm turned a certain type of way and your back to the camera to try to get the perfect angle. And we know y'all take 100 to 1,000 pictures just to post one picture. Didn't Drake say that in the song? say it's all about your angles, because a lot of y'all don't be as thick as y'all like to admit. It's all about the angles. Like I've seen so many women. I know this chick right now, slim chick, slim, but she takes this picture sitting down, and the way she takes it and she angles her camera, it makes it look like she has some hips. It makes it like she has some hips and maybe a big ass on her. But if you see her, she's slim. She got no booty, she got no hips. But the way she sits down and wear those tight pants and pull them up in her cootie pop, and you can see the coochie print, you're like, oh, this a little thick one. Me and my wife, we were at a club on New Year's for one of my homeboy birthdays, right? So a girl took a picture in the club. She had no ass, right? Zero. She was editing her picture in real time, sitting beside us. And as she edited this picture that she took of this flat ass, she put her a big ass on the picture and posted it. She literally was editing this picture to give her some ass. I did not know the witchcraft y'all and the levels y'all were going to fool men. And that's why I don't feel bad when y'all get tricked and bamboozled out here when niggas money fish y'all. Y'all be seeing all these niggas out here on these Corvettes and Lamborghinis and at these houses. They don't be owning it. But just like y'all be out here with fake hair, nails, eyelashes, makeup, they need to be able to trick y'all too. They should be able to trick y'all too. Look, I got another picture. Your head ain't even supposed to be able to look over your body like this. This is not a natural way that your head even supposed to turn over your body. At all. Nothing about this is normal or orthodox in nature. This is weird. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I like asses just as much as the next man. I do. But do y'all know that black people are the main consumers of social media? Y'all know that the main people that stay on social media the most are black women, and they make up a small percentage. Do y'all know when the pandemic hit, the newest creators on OnlyFans were black women? And I say this all the time. I know girls from where I'm from. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. And I went to some girls' pages that I went to high school with. I went to some girl pages that I knew from around the way. I went to some girl pages that were popular in my city. And when they started OnlyFans, I'm like, okay, this girl is sexy, or this girl I know from back in the day, how she was sucking on that Peter Wacker back in the day and dudes was talking about it. I know she's going to have a good OnlyFans. I know she's going to have a great OnlyFans, right? I get on there. I get on OnlyFans. And, you know, some of them I paid for because I wanted to see. Some of them, they were free. And, you know, if you've been on OnlyFans, then you know it's OF. Like I said, OF. I don't know if you can say it on YouTube. OF. I would get on OF, and then, you know, you can sign up for free subscription, and then like some of the content on the page will be locked, and to unlock it you got to pay extra to unlock certain content, or they will send you messages soon as you subscribe that will say, hey, you go, if you want to unlock this message or to see me suck a Peter Wacker for 10 minutes, it'll have how long the video is, but it's blurred out, pay $20 to unlock this video. So that's how that goes, right? So I would sign up for these girls, OnlyFans, OFs that I know, right? So I'm like, okay, from stories I hear, I never been with a lot of these chicks. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. Then I noticed these women are lazy. Lazy. They don't update their content. They don't reach out to you. They don't try to say, oh, and make you feel special. Like good OF girls, they say, hey, this content is, especially for you. Like it's not even on their page, but they'll send it to you and say it's just for you and try to make you feel special. They're always in contact with you. Like you feel like you got direct access to them. But if you know the game, then you know that you're not talking to these women. Like they have people running their pages for them. But That's just how it is. It's just about a feeling and how they make you feel. What I notice is so many people want so much for so little. So many people want so much for so little. And when it comes to women, women are all people in general, but especially women are going to take the path of least resistance. Do you know y'all women was out there on OF showing y'all whole cootie pot for $3 a month? Y'all was out here on OF sucking Peter Whacker for $3 a month to not even make no real money. Y'all done made no real money, but y'all out here on OF sucking Peter Whacker and showing y'all cootie pot for the world to see for $3 a month. And y'all ain't trying to keep up with what's going on. Y'all ain't trying to refresh our content. Y'all ain't trying to make new content. Y'all ain't trying to get new angles, new cameras, new lighting. Y'all ain't trying to work with other creators. Like y'all are out here doing the same thing on being repetitive or not posting like you're supposed to and think you're supposed to be famous. And you went out here, you would think mentally that, hey, if I decide to put my coochie on the internet for the world to see, if I decide to put my coochie on the internet for the world to see, then I would go for the gusto. I need some M's and some money behind what I did so I can at least justify it to my children. You can't even justify what you did to your child when they go to school and little Ray Ray sitting next to them saying, you know, I seen your mama on OnlyFans and you and your mama still struggling. Just think of how disheartening that would be. Y'all on OnlyFans ain't got nothing to show for it, but y'all know y'all got kids. And so if you're gonna go on OnlyFans, you would think that women would go for the gusto, put their all in it to make something of it just for the public humiliation that your child may go through, but at least your child driving the new Benz. Maybe they ain't got to worry about when the lights get cut off. Maybe they don't have to worry about their next meal that they're going to eat. But y'all are still out here trying to join OnlyFans and deal with the public humiliation and shame and not have nothing to show for. And now your kids embarrassed. They can't go to school. Every time you go somewhere, you're being noticed. You coochie all over the internet. You think you can get it scrubbed off, but you can't because the internet is forever. And screenshot is on everybody's phone. Everybody's phone. Sex is so prevalent in our community that they do everything for sex. I love when I meet a woman who tells me she can have sex like a man. She can do everything a man does. You know, typical feminist talking points. I love them because let's put it to the test. Because when I start crushing that cookie, I don't want to hear you crying, talking about what are we? You just using me for sex? Like I thought we were both using each other for sex because we both men at this point, right? Now don't start being all emotional and getting in your feelings and start acting like a woman because you thought being able to put your vagina on me was going to get a different response out of me. You thought that cootie pot was going to change my mind and have me going. And then you find out I've been going on dates. I've been smashing other chicks. I smash you when it's available. You might be my third option on my list. This is what happens. The feminist ideology and talking points. And I don't even know how, as Black people, we ate all of this up with us being so conservative by nature. We're so conservative by nature. I still remember older men telling me, well, the only reason we used to mess with white girls because, Black women weren't sucking dick like that. So we had to go across the track and mess with the white girl because, white girls love to suck dick. That's what they used to say. White girls love to suck dick. I can't go over there and ask my wife to suck no dick. She gonna try to beat my ass. But I ain't need no coochie either. So, the first time I ate coochie is when I went over there to the white girl because, she's sucking my dick. So I said, I might as well eat her pussy. Because we already know when it comes to sex, white people think of sex way more different, way more freely than black people do. But one thing they don't do is have all of these damn kids. You could have sex without having children. And I don't understand why our community, the black community, don't understand that. You can fuck without having children. You damn sure can. You can have sex without having children. There are like 50 different types of contraceptives out there. Do you know how many black women have told me, I've gotten pregnant? I've gotten pregnant on birth control. Well, let's talk about why that is. Why you got pregnant on birth control is because y'all know y'all got to be a certain type of weight. And if you're not a certain type of weight for that dosage, that would throw you off and you will get pregnant. Also, if you get sick and you take antibiotics, that will make you get you pregnant too. But with those two factors, I would like to tell you, I don't think that many black women were getting pregnant while they were on birth control. They're just some bullshit that they say. I want to tell men, we need to speak up and speak out about it. Even subtleties that happens between men and women. Like you're in the gym and you're working out and the lady says, "Ooh, I see you've been doing it, working out really hard. You looking good." And she touches your arm. You should tell her then and there, "Ma'am, don't touch me." Because if I came over here and said, "Oh, girl, that ass looking nice," and slapped you on the ass, now you're going to call the laws on me. That's the same exact thing. I'm going to say that again. Men, if you're something simple like going to the gym and you're working out and a woman approaches you and says, "Ooh, you're looking good. Those biceps are looking nice," and touches you, you should tell her, "Ma'am, please don't touch me." Because that is literally sexual assault. Because if she was working out and you said, "Ooh, that ass looking nice," and you went over there and slapped her on the ass, now that would be an issue. We can't be so weak when it comes to sex like this, fellas. We gotta raise our standards. And I know it's gonna be hard because a lot of y'all don't never get no pussy. A lot of y'all don't. A lot of y'all ain't never smelt a lot of pussy. So y'all still in this phase where y'all 30, 40-year-old men still living, dreams of other men that you think that you're supposed to live. You think you're supposed to have 200-300 women when most men ain't gonna even get 5 women. This is the life that we're living. This is the new normal. It is sad to say and it's sad to see. Fellas, we got to raise the bar. Raise our standards. Raise how we interact with women. Because some of y'all be so happy to deal with women, it gets pathetic. It is sad. But like I say, as men, black men, we need to speak up to what's going on. I remember, and I don't know if y'all know about this. If you watch a Vlad TV interview, it's a guy on there by the name of D-Ray Davis. I'm going to end right here. If you watch Vlad TV, there's a guy by the name of D-Ray Davis. And D-Ray told Vlad in this interview that he had, listen to me, that he had got molested by 2 of his mother's friends. When he told Vlad, Vlad was laughing. Vlad asked him, "Well, are you for real?" Because D-Ray's a comedian, so he might have thought he was joking. But I don't even know why you would joke about being molested. And Vlad asked him, "Were you serious?" And D-Ray said, "No, I'm serious," and continued to laugh after he told him that he had been molested. He couldn't control himself. So many men have come out. Charlemagne the God has talked about how he was around 9 years old being molested. It happens a lot. And it happens by the women we call mothers. Do you know how many different things and factors rise exponentially when you are raised by your mother? Being sexually assaulted is one. And now when I say raised by your mother, I'm talking about raised by your mother and your mother alone. Going to prison, sexual assault, drug abuse, psychiatric medication, homosexuality, being homeless, being a runaway. All of these things increase exponentially when you're being raised by a single mother. And you would think if the government really cared about society and about where society is heading, the government would put a stop to women having sex and having children the way that they do. A lot of the ways you could put a stop to it is you should incentivize people for staying together instead of not being together. I'm going to say that again. You should incentivize people for staying together instead of not staying together. So if you're married and you have children and you need government assistance, here, we'll help you out. But the bitch over there, they got 16 kids, 25 baby daddies. No, we're not helping you because you're continuing to do the same thing over and over and over again. As if the government actually cared about what's going on, actually cared about children, actually cared about the future of America, because we know that you can't even read well when you're raised by a single mother. One of the realest things, and I'm gonna always say this, one of the realest things Obama has ever said, you're 5 times more likely to go to prison if you're raised by a single mother or if your father is not in the home. That's 2008, around that time. So they've known a long time some of the causes. Even guys that commit sexual assault come from single mother homes. And you would think being raised by a mother, it doesn't make you want to treat women better. It doesn't make you look at your mother and be like, your mother and be like, dang, mama went through X, Y, and Z with these men. I should be a better man for other women out here. So my woman or my lady don't go through what my mother went through. But in fact, so many men do women like that because they seen how their mother act and seen how their mother moves when she's left up to her own volition. And they know the scandalous nature of women, because when you have a 2-parent household, there's checks and balances in that household. Nobody wants to admit that. There are checks and balances in a household when you have a 2-parent household. And we as Black people need to come back to that. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for watching this video. It's the New Normal Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment on this video. Tell me what y'all think. Is it appropriate what Melanie King said? Do you think Black men or Black boys sexualized by their mothers? Y'all put in the comment section. Do y'all think Black boys are sexualized by their mothers? We just watched this Melanie King video. Y'all make sure y'all like the channel as well. It's getting late. And I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, Share this video. It needs to get out. It's the New Normal Podcast. And we gone.